From the Frontiers Television News Center, I am Shagun Fumi Oyedokun. President Bola Tinubu has approved the posting of 4 ambassador designates to strategic foreign mission, marking the fourth set of posting from the 68 nominees confirmed by the Senate in December 2025. According to the statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the posting include Ambassador Ayodele Oke as the Nigeria's ambassador designates to France and Colonel Lateef Are as the ambassador designates to the United States of America. Also approved this posting of the ambassador Amin Dahatu, a former Nigerian envoy to South Korea, as High Commissioner designates to the United Kingdom, while the former Kebbi Governor Usman of the 4 countries be formally notified of the postings in line with established diplomatic procedures. The federal government has signed the concession agreement for the Kano Ibrahim International Airport, Enugu, making a key step in its plan to modernize aviation infrastructure through the public-private partnerships. The agreement was announced through the statement signed by the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development. Speaking through the statement, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said the agreement concluded a long and transparent process that began several years ago. He explained that following the Federal Executive Council's approval, the Ministry, FAN, and Aero Alliance had extensive negotiation, including consultation with the aviation unions to protect workers' interests. The Nigerian Army 8th Division has opened a new line of collaboration with the air warfare and doctrine sector in what officials describe as a strategic step towards improving air-ground coordination in the Northwest. The partnership took shape during the courtesy visit by the AWDC Commandant, Air Vice Marshal Ibrahim Jibia, the General Officer commanding 8th Division and Commander Sector 2 Operation, Major General Bangbe in Sokoto. Major General Bangbe commended Air Vice Marshal Jibia for what he described as a distinguished career marked by the leadership excellence across multiple command major missions. Moving ahead now, the Kogi State Command of the Nigerian Police Force has inaugurated 2 newly constructed police outposts in Lokoja, the state capital. A statement issued in Lokoja by the command spokesperson, ASP Saliu Afusad, said the new outposts were part of the force's commitment to strengthen the internal security architecture, enhancing rapid response to threats and emergencies, and fostering improved policy community relations. She said the project, well executed by the Nigerian Police Force under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, as part of the ongoing effort to deepen effective policing and expand police presence across the communities. The newly inaugurated outposts are located in the Andankolo area of Lokoja under A Division and the Zanko area of Lokoja under the D Division. Let's take a break now and we'll return with business news after this break. Do stay with us. Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola has officially launched and unveiled the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund (CVFF) application portal, marking a historic step in the nation's long-awaited journey to operationalize structured financing for indigenous ship ownership. Declaring the portal open, Oyetola described the occasion as a deliberate and strategic step in repositioning Nigeria's maritime sector as a central pillar of national development. He noted that and waterways. The minister recalled that this Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund (CVFF), established under the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act of 2003, was designed to address the financing gap faced by Nigerian ship owners. Nigeria has committed as part of effort to raise agricultural output, deepen agribusiness value chain, and improve national food security. The Director General of the National Agricultural Seed Council, Funtul Mohammed, disclosed this during the official launch and stakeholders engagement of the Prozor Industry Development Kunle Adeseko. Mohammed described seed as the most vital input in agriculture, stressing the widespread adoption of improved seed varieties is key to the sector. He added that the improved varieties delivery significantly has advantage, such as increased yields, resilience. The Bank of Japan retained its hawkish inflation forecast and stressed it will remain vigilant to price risks from a weak yen, signaling that policymakers intend to keep rising still low borrowing costs in the politically charged atmosphere. The yen slipped despite the hawkish tone before suddenly spiking in a move that put render on the eyes after the board's decision to keep interest rates steady. BOJ Governor Kazuo said steady wages hike where Udall emphasized the need to make timely decisions and not to be held back by the collections of hard data, saying that the BOJ will tap speedier information such as corporate survey. You're still watching the World News from New Frontiers Television News Center. Coming up after this news is foreign news. To stay with us. Thank you so much for staying with us on the Frontiers Television. Moving ahead now, the foreign scene, the World Food Program, WFP, has revealed that no fewer than 1 million people in northeast Nigeria, Nigeria is facing one of the worst hunger crises in recent time, and nearly 35 million. He mentioned that roughly 15,000 people in Borno risk falling into the catastrophic hunger, a step away from the famine, as this is the worst level of hunger recorded in decade. The WFP said it was urgently seeking $129 million to sustain its operations in the northeast over the next 6 months, warning that work could shut down unless funds were received. The United Nations Deputy Secretary General, Ms. Amina Mohammed, has called on countries to protect the United Nations Charter, urging them to stand up for a rule-based order or pay the price. Mohammed made the call in a speech to the Danish parliament, stressing the need to invest in peace, which the security solution between the Israelis and Palestinians. Mohammed said that dangerous nostalgia is what is threatening international cooperation now that the rule of law can be interpreted by the whim and caprice of the strong arm. She stated that the Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, recently reminded that the Charter was not an allowed menu, and all countries have an obligation to uphold it. Russia said it will hold security talks with the United States and Ukraine in Abu Dhabi, but one after a late-night meeting between President Vladimir Putin and 3 U.S. envoys that a durable peace would not be possible unless territorial issues were resolved. He added that Russian Admiral would held Moscow's team at the three-way security talk, and investments envoy would meet separately on the economic issue with Steve Witkoff, the envoy of President Donald Trump. But while outlining the next step, he mentioned that it has stopped short of hauling and any major breakthrough, as they mentioned that Putin underlined that Russia was sincerely interested in the diplomatic solution. Glad you are still there on New Frontiers Television. Still to come on the news is sport news, but I'll be after this short break. To stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. You're welcome back. The Nigerian Women's Football League has stopped the 2025-2026 season in a move aimed at preserving fairness and sporting integrity across the competition. Following the competition of the match day 7 on Wednesday, the NWFL confirmed that league action will resume on February 18 after reviewing concerns raised over players' availability due to the national team commitment. The situation, which affected one club significantly, prompted intervention at the federation level. NWF Chief Operating Officer Modukbe Shabi explained that the decision was taken to ensure no team is unfairly disadvantaged as the season progresses. The adjustment means match day 8 will now usher in the league's return while the planned mid-season break has been shortened to 1 week to keep the calendar on track. Nigeria's senior men's handball team, the Golden Arrow, continued their impressive start to the 27th African Men's Handball Nations Cup with a dominant of 36-18 victory over Zambia yesterday in Kigali. Rwanda sealing a perfect 2 win from 2 games in Group A. Barely 24 hours after stunning 7-time champion Algeria 25-23 in their opening match, Nigerians showed maturity, depth and attacking flair against Zambia. The Golden Arrow raced into 17-10 half-time lead and never looked back, fighting their defense, accelerating the tempo in the second half to record one of the most convincing wins of the match day 2. The emphatic result further underlined Nigeria's growth in confidence on the continental stage and firmly placed them among the early contenders in Kigali. Beyond Nigeria's commanding display, match day 2 delivered drama and shifting narratives across all the 4 groups of the competition. Nigeria's Rivers United returned to continental duty this weekend over mounting pressure, knowing that anything short of a positive result could severely dent their hope of progressing in the 2026-2025 CAF Champions League. The Port Harcourt-based side have endured a difficult start to their group campaign, losing their opening 2 matches before the competition paused for the African Cup of Nations. Now bottom of the Group A, River United head to Zambia on Saturday to face the Power Damono in what has become a must-win encounter as the group stage reaches its halfway mark. With only 4 matches to play and the qualification margin often resulting, the match day 3 represents a defining moment for the Nigerian champion. A 3rd straight defeat would leave Rivers United with a mountain to climb, while a victory could reignite belief and bring back into contest showdown in Group A, where Morocco RS becomes defending champion, Pyramid FC of Egypt in a tie expected to shape the group. The Association Africaine defies efforts to grow futsal across Africa. Publicity Secretary Ndawo Loputa outlined a packed calendar featuring youth competition, school tournament, and international appearances. And according to Oputa, the year will kick off with the AAF Under-17 Futsal International Tournament in Kenya, which will showcase some of the Africa's brightest young talent. He revealed that the continental body will also participate in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland, where futsal will feature as a side event, while Togo will host the Maiden African Futsal International Tournament. I am Segun Funmi Oyedogun. Good afternoon.